how's it going, everyone? WTFSexyHeadphones here. Happy Mondays to all of you guys. I'll kind of introduce more things to you newcomers maybe next Monday because all of you guys are still kind of coming in. But welcome to my channel. These are my Monday vlogs. Enjoy your stay. So anyway, let's talk about Lost Alpha to start with things. For one, thank you guys all for watching and keeping up with it. Just got them out. Thank you guys for all your support. I appreciate it. Definitely more to come soon. As I mentioned before to you guys, and I'll just mention again just in case, probably nothing but Lost Alpha is going to control my channel for like the next week or two. And then I'll go back to doing some Metro 2033 along with some Thief in the mix of that. But for now, I'm kind of all into Lost Alpha, and that's kind of all I really feel like doing. So again, prepare for the invasion of Lost Alpha. I'm super excited to see all the different changes in it. So I'm kind of going to be doing a lot about that. Anyway, let's talk about part 2 of my Lost Alpha Let's Play. So for those of you who mostly know, some of you might not have known as of yet. So spoiler alert if you haven't watched it. Ignore this unless you don't care. But most of you know, kind of accidentally killed my own teammates in part 2. And then, like a jackass, I complained that I didn't know where they were because I wasn't aware that I killed them. I kind of somehow got lost in the moment and killed them and thought they were bandits that were really confused and didn't know where I was. Yeah, so that happened. Let's just all acknowledge that. Killed my teammates. Kind of fucked up. Kind of got trigger happy and lost in the moment and was all like, oh my god, gunfight. And then I killed everyone, including my teammates, and then wondered where the fuck they were. Oh, goodness gracious. So that happened. Now, a handful of you guys were asking or saying, good luck with dealing with the rest of the stalkers. What are you going to do when everyone wants to kill you? Well, here's kind of the thing that's actually a little bit nice about the unfortunate series of events that happened. When I first installed Lost Alpha, I put it in my program files, which apparently on Windows, some kind of thing gets messed up and it doesn't save your games. So I did an hour of play, saved it, and all of those saves never existed. So I had to reinstall it into a different location and then replay it. And it wasn't until I replayed it that I actually then realized, oh, I killed my teammates. I'm a jackass. So I obviously didn't kill them the second time I played it, but I didn't upload that version because you guys know me. I know how much there's hardcore stalkers out there who are just throwing a whining bitch fit right now because I killed my teammates and because unfortunately, there's those stalker fans out there that are like, if you're not doing everything perfectly by the book and if you're not like 100% amazing, you're the worst person ever and apparently should die. I've already got death threats as it is. Well, not death threats. Someone just told me I should stop making videos and off myself, I think. So people get pretty fucking serious about this game, which I do find unfortunate because the stalker community is my favorite community. I love the game so much. I love that the community is still so much into a game that is so old. It's just unfortunate some of them are a bit too into it and get just really pissed off when people do silly things. Because you guys know me. I do silly things all the time. I am always making silly mistakes. But quite frankly, I think that's what makes my stuff a little bit more interesting if you're obviously into that. But yeah, so I didn't change it. I ended up keeping what I originally did in instead of recording the second part and doing that. Because, you know, I'm not here to have whose dick is the biggest contest in the zone. I don't give a shit, you guys. Granted, it's getting me flack and people are being sexist assholes because they have nothing better to do with their lives, but it is, and I enjoy the silly moments. Like, when I've realized that happened, I was like, oh, that's both embarrassing and yet kind of amusing at the same time because it's so silly. So I ended up leaving that in, but when I did play through, I did not kill them again because I didn't intend to kill them in the first place, so I actually won't have a problem with the stalkers because I had to go replay through the game and catch up to where I left off in my recordings. And then save it because the saves finally work now. Now, another thing that I noticed that I find quite coincidental is in part 2 in Misery, part 2, I had a 1-up. Anyway, part 2 in Misery, I realized that that's the episode that I killed Noah, and a huge freaking uprising happened on that. Part 2 in Lost Alpha, I killed my teammates, huge uprising on that. I don't know how I managed to pull that one off and just like frustrate people so quickly, but I realized I actually had to go back to it and double check, but I'm like, isn't it part 2 when I kill Noah and everyone freaks out? I'm like, and I checked, I'm like, oh my god, the coincidences. Lost Alpha, kill my teammates, part 2, everyone freaks out. Misery, part 2, kill Noah, everyone freaks out. I thought that that was an amusing, interesting, coincidental fact. However, though, I killed Noah on purpose. Let's not mistake that. I killed Noah on purpose, and apparently no one realized that you can kill him and still play the game, or just didn't want to. And I killed my teammates on accident, owning up to that. So that's kind of what's been happening. Also, as far as settings go, I've been working on changing them for you guys. I've been trying to change them and make them better, but again, when I first recorded, they kept reverting back to the original because the saves weren't working, and it actually wasn't saving the settings either. So now that everything's fixed, the settings should be a little bit better. I do have it on dynamic lighting DirectX 9. I had it on 10, and then it forced everything back into a square because I have a square monitor. But if I have it on DirectX 9, it actually keeps it at widescreen, which I have it forced to because I don't have a widescreen monitor. So I have it on that, and then also you guys want me to up the brightness a little bit because I guess some areas are a little bit too dark. So I'll make sure to up the brightness for you. My settings should save, but bear with me if there might be some issues with it because, again, had some issues with things saving and the settings saving. But now that I changed everything, I think that everything should be saving properly. I believe my saves and everything still work. So I'm going to re-go through the settings, make sure that they're all good, take your guys' suggestions, and make sure that everything's better because I want you guys to enjoy it and be able to see it. And everything to look more pretty because it's Stalker and we love it for its prettiness and its kind of twisted way. So anyway, that's really all I got to say on that. Oh, and for also with Severium, let me touch on that point really quick. I told you guys I would make a video for Severium on Friday. But I didn't. I was busy all of Friday and didn't get to play it till 9 at night. But not only that, but I contacted the developers and I'm like, hey, is it okay to make videos on this? Because someone mentioned to me that it might not be. And I didn't. And I figured just because it's open beta that like, oh, we can make videos on it because anyone can play it now. At least for 24 hours. And they told me only for that day. So I didn't know if they meant you could only make videos for it that day or the video can only be up for that day and then has to be taken down. But I took it more as the latter, as you can only have the video like up for a day and then maybe take it down. Because again, I don't want to tamper with like copyright stuff and getting in trouble, and then like I don't want to like go against their wishes and be like, oh, here's all this Severium, everyone check it out, if they don't want all these videos to be posted online. So I didn't even bother with it. And honestly, I only played it for a little bit. The server I ended up getting on, which isn't their fault, but the server I ended up getting on was kind of laggy, so I wasn't really enjoying it. And also, if you guys played it, did you think the guns sounded kind of strange? I don't remember what weapon it was, but one of the weapons, I think was an automatic, the sound of it sounded really weird to me. And I couldn't place what it reminded me of, but it didn't quite. It sounded strange. If you guys played it, tell me if you thought any of the weapons sound strange, because something struck me as off. Anyway, so that's all I gotta say. Random fact for our fact time, since we kind of took the story out, unless I think to put it back in. I don't like when people talk to me when I just wake up. When I just wake up, I'm like really lazy and tired, and I just want to chill, and I just want to be like a computer nerd and check my messages and stuff. And when people come into my room on the rare occasion and just start having a conversation with me, I just have this death glare, and then they get pissed off because I look so angry and because I'm not saying anything because I don't feel like talking. So yeah, if you somehow are ever around me in the morning, don't spark up a giant conversation about the meaning of life, or I'm gonna not like you. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in some more Lost Alpha, which I'll probably post some today because I want to play it. Anyway, see you guys soon. Bye.
Feel my power!